Hey friends, welcome to this tutorial on how to use HTTP, not HTTP, REST client extension in Visual Studio Code. So guys, if you are a developer and if we use a endpoint URL to make lots of requests like get, post and put, delete and lots of requests that we make uh, as a HTTP request, right? So mostly we use Postman or we have lots of different tool that we use to make HTTP request. So sometimes it becomes so hectic and we do not like if you are writing a code in VS Code and we will have to switch to what that Postman um, application or software and then we'll make a request. So if you do not like that, then guys, I have come to you with this solution. So guys, if you're writing some code and if you want to test a API, if you want to make a request, so you can do it right away from your VS Code editor, right? So this REST client that I'm talking will allow you to send HTTP request and view the responses directly within your code editor from your code editor, right? So what do we need to do in order to get that? So uh, first thing is that we need to have this VS Code editor. That's the very important thing. Secondly, I will tell you what we need to do. So we need to install that REST client extension. In order to install, we you can see all these tabs over here in the left pane. So you just need to click over this tab extension. You can simply click over here and you need to search for what do we need to search for. It will be REST client. Okay, we need to search for REST client. So I have already installed. So you just need to simply install it by clicking on this install. So it will allow you to install this extension. I have already installed. So this was the first step that we need to do. Secondly, we need to we need to create a file. So we'll create a file. So I will create a file over here. So let me create a file. Paste, I will write paste.http. So make sure the extension of this file is http. So we have created a file. Now the third step is that, so in which URL or endpoint you want to hit a request. So that is the third thing that needed to have. So for that purpose, like I am gonna use this JSON placeholder. So it's basically simple and open source. So that's why I'm gonna use it in order to test this. So you just simply need to paste this over here. While after pasting, you will get this option, right? Send request. This is the like third step that you need to do. So send request will this button will come over here. You just need to click on this button, right? While clicking on this button, it has hit the link and it has given you this response, right? All the data in response. So you will get the same response from Postman, but as you can see, it's giving you the response from your VS Code editor. So it has given you this response, all right? And if you want to more than that, let's say I'm gonna hit one more request, get request. If I will click, so it will give the all the datas that are we can get from Postman. So you can see all the objects that has been given as a response. You can see the counted objects that has been given as a response. So you will get the response in your other tab, right? So this thing that I have like explained to you. Second thing is that, like, if you want to mention like what kind of request you are making, let's say get, it can be get, it can be post, post can be also there. So I will explain you only two request. So the first was get request. Now I'm gonna tell you the post request. Okay, so what for post request, I will copy this thing, post URL, and I will paste it over here, right? So guys, in post request, sometimes we need some header value. So this is header value, like content type and the data that we want to pass to a particular URL, right? So I'm gonna make post request from this VS Code editor. So I will simply click on the button again, send request button over here, and again it will hit this URL, and it will in return it will give us all these responses. So it has created a other user with ID 101. User ID is 1 and its ID is 101, and everything has been captured in that URL. Okay, so that's it guys, that's it. So it's so simple, right? It's so simple and interesting. So that's it for this tutorial on how to use the http client extension in VS Code. So you can now send http requests directly from within your code editor and view the responses. This is a great tool guys for debugging APIs and testing your code. So all right, so that's it for today, and we'll meet again with a new solution with a new interesting video. If you haven't liked this video, please do, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much guys.